in some of our subjects. So that is the benefit of working at a TVET space. TVET spaces are also a very attractive to the job market. For example, companies like VW, Goodyear take our engineering students because they already have experience with the machinery. Some of our TVET colleges. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode. Today I have got the beautiful Kedibone from Douwer Campus in Gqeberha. As we have said, this episode we are talking about the N1 qualifications and trying to get more understanding about this. Okay, so before we start, Kedibone, can you please just let us know, what do you lecture here? Where are you working? I know I've mentioned it. Where are you working and what do you lecture?
I am a management communication lecturer.
Okay.
Here at TVET College.
Yes.
I am also teaching for fundamentals English first additional language to students who are non-English speakers.
All right.
So that's partially what I do.
Yes.
But on the grand scheme of things, I teach a lot of other subjects here as well.
Nice to know. So guys, if you come to PE College, she might be one of your beautiful lecturers. Anyway, without wasting any of your time, as we said, we want to talk about the N1 to N6 qualifications, what it is, what it means. So just to kick it off, I'd just like to know, please explain to us, when we speak of N1 to N6 qualifications, what does it even stand for?
If we jog back to the TVET structure,
okay,
the TVET structure is meant to accommodate students who want to pursue vocational subjects,
okay,
so that they can be ready for work.
Okay.
So these students already from N1 to N3, these are national qualifications for a higher certificate.
Okay.
So from N1 to N3, this would specifically apply to the engineering faculty, which means that they're looking at the maths and science component.
Okay.
From N1 to N3.
All right.
When you go to engineering campuses, N1 to N3 applies, where they have trimester subjects for electricity, for engineering, for different faculties to do with the engineering campus.
Okay.
So when you do N1, you have your grade 9.
Okay.
You need to have grade 9.
Okay.
You need to have passed grade 9
okay,
to start N1. Now the benefit of the N1 to N3 is that industrially it is an understood qualification. So each time you get a certificate for your N1, your N2, you have a baseline assessment to say you understand these subjects. Practically, you're hoping to have an N3.
Okay.
But you can work in the industry because it is a recognized qualification.
Okay.
Then N4 appeals to those learners who have matric.
Okay.
These are also higher certificates, but it mostly applies in the business faculties, the hospitality faculties, in TVET sectors. So N4 deals with those who have matric.
Okay.
N5, that is when they've completed their N4 semester.
Okay.
Because from N1 to N3, they work in trimesters.
Okay.
From N4 to N6, they work in semesters. So they have 6 months to keep completing every qualification.
Okay.
So for N6, that is when you get your higher certificate in the course that you studied for. For example, here we offer management assistant.
Okay.
We offer HR. So when you're done with your N6, you would have had a higher certificate in management assistance. You will have a completion in management assistance.
Okay.
You, at this point in time, I'm aware that students get certificates every year for every semester after every completion of the N subjects.
Yeah.
So N4, once you're done with the semester, you get your N4
Get your
certificate.
certificate.
N5, you get your certificate. In some places are not finicky where the ends are. But in some institutions, they would want to see the end certificate.
All right.
But the end certificate is not the end of the studying that you're trying to do. You still have to do 18 months in service training.
Okay.
So it would be to your benefit to have the higher certificate because you're as good as a specialist in it. Some businesses don't require you to have a university degree. For example, in practical industries, you would not be expected to have a degree.
Yeah.
But you would need the baseline.
Okay.
But none of that means anything if you haven't done the 18 months in service training.
So it's very important.
So I would definitely recommend that once you're done with N6, go for in-service training, particularly in the course.
Yeah.
Especially if you're serious about pursuing a career in that course. If you did management assistant, go work as a person who works in the office, assist with admin, and there is a book that learners are given to complete along with their supervisor to report
on the 18 months.
Yes, on the 18 months. Once that is done, it is sent back to DHET. DHET moderates it, and they then qualify for a diploma. And then they have a diploma in management assistant.
So stuff is exciting me.
Yes. Then from there, so basically here, for N4 to N6, you would have completed a year and a half. Then an additional 18 months training.
Yes.
And then you have a diploma in that subject.
With practical experience. Which is nice.
Then you can just then go to university thereafter.
Yeah. That is so nice to know. These things are very interesting. So I think you've actually mentioned it. So if I heard you correctly, if I'm going into N1, it means that I have passed my grade 9.
Yes.
So if I was carrying on at school, I would have qualified to go to the grade 10, but now I've decided to come to TVET. So I must have passed, though, my grade 9 to be able to apply for my N1. That's correct. Awesome. So now, if you would just maybe look at the different kinds of students, because, different situations accommodate different students, So what would you say, who is best accommodated by this route of study?
You see, with N4 to N6, based on my experience, we have an APS system. In the beginning, it wasn't like that, but now we have an APS system. You need to have met a certain baseline to be accepted in the institution. TVET is slowly gearing up to online learning and online applications. We're becoming digitalized.
That's it.
So because the manual admin was proving to be challenging, but even online is still proving to be challenging because it's in the beginning of stages. But we are moving with the times.
Yeah.
So we look at your language skills. We look at your results in terms of the subjects. Do the subjects align with what you've applied?
All right.
So here we cater for students who may not have gotten university entry, who want to do a diploma. Some find studying for a degree to be exhaustive and too much content. Here we also cater for students who are working, so you can have your daytime job and you can still come in for late classes at night and still obtain your degree. Sorry, your diploma here. So we cater for such. And we for N1 to N3, what I find is that some students are challenged at school. They already have mechanical skills. Yes. But they still need a qualification. So in the engineering faculty, they are most accepted because even though they're challenged at school, they are able to deal with being in an environment where there are simulators available, where they have the material. And that was the core purpose of TVET, to actually give our students actual skills.
I think that is so beautiful as well, because when even when you have the skill, but if you're looking for work without the paper, you almost don't get employed.
That's
you know,
true.
so just to have them accommodated in that situation as well is quite relieving, because you'll find they know what they're doing. Some are born with it, or they've watched their parents do it, so they know it. But now they don't have the paper to show for it, and in this way they can have the paper to show for it as well.
Yes.
Yeah. In general, what would you say then are the options? So if I further my studies by studying through this route, what are my options? I know you said earlier that you know, doesn't necessarily mean it's the end. You've got your internship or that 18-month training that you need to do. So let's say I've completed my N6, which means then I've got my diploma. So I can apply anywhere. I can get jobs anywhere.
You can get jobs anywhere. Remember, your course will determine where you go next. If you applied for public management, municipality already has jobs, vacancies that require someone who has a diploma in public management.
Okay.
So all our courses are accredited by DHET. You can go and work anywhere you wish for as long as your qualification aligns with the job that you want. Although, if, and this is just my advice, if you are a student with no experience whatsoever and you have worked nowhere whatsoever, unlike the other students who have jobs already but are just trying to complete a qualification, the next best thing for you to do is to make sure that you do that in-service training.
All right.
Because
18 months.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's going to come in your favor.
All right.
It's going to open the door to internships for you. No one wants an intern. No one wants someone who just has just a higher certificate.
Yes.
You want people who will get up to speed with what you're doing. So I would definitely recommend, if you can, do that 18 months.
Yeah. All right. And then just lastly, in general, what would you say, and I think we've touched a little bit on it, are the benefits of studying at a TVET college?
Well, there are many benefits to studying at a TVET college. One, you get practical experience. You get individual attention. We try, unlike a university structure, we deal with learners who have never been to school in a very long time, who still need guidance and care. And that is where we come in.
Yes.
In as much as we would like to treat them with the independence they deserve, we also understand that some of them haven't been in school in a long time. Maybe you left school in 1998 and life did not give you easy choices, and you had to be a working mom and you had to figure it out. And now, come 2023, everything needs a qualification. The papers never mattered before, now they matter.
Now they do.
We hold your hand right through the process. Yes, it is intense. The work is intense because we expect you to have a certain cognitive level. But the beauty of it is that we are there to really assist
Along the way.
And we are also required to go through it's not just the students that go for training. We also go for training.
I love that part.
Yes. Moderation processes, how best teaching tools, how to administer work online. Some of our students, majority of our students in the TVET sector, come from also homes where they don't afford. So we find other methods for them to cope. In situations like in university, they would have data, they would have access. At TVET College, our students don't have that kind of access. So the way in which we administer assessments accommodates them to be able to work in the space. And even the work that we give and administer is not strenuous for them at home. We try to complete as much as we can
on campus.
But of course, there are some research components in some of our subjects. So that is the benefit of working at a TVET space. TVET spaces are also very attractive to the job market. For example, companies like VW, Goodyear take our engineering students because they already have experience with the machinery. Some of our TVET colleges actually invest in simulators so that when they go to corporate, it is not a foreign concept.
They are ready.
They're ready. For the business section, for the business sector and office practice sector, there are many posts that need secretarial posts. They already have first-hand experience here. And our courses are specifically focused on what the student has applied for. Even all the modules are aligned with just what they've applied for. There's no such thing as having a course and then it's dwindling to other aspects, nothing to do with it. All of it is related to that specific subject.
You're making me want to start studying again.
Yes.
You've completely sold the TVET idea to me, and and it's not just studying it; it's just the reality of what it is. And I think it's so heartwarming because, in a sense, it's as if possible, nobody should be left behind. With this world that is so technology driven, we are trying to just get people up to speed, help them cope with their education, because sometimes people don't even cope because things are just so foreign. Like, as you say, sometimes somebody hasn't been to school in over 20 years.
20 years.
And now they're ready to study, but things are so different. They're used to writing things down. So I think the points that you have given us are showing us a broader perspective of TVET colleges, what exactly happens here, because I think we just hear TVET. First of all, we don't even know what happens there. We think colleges are all the same, which is why this was important to me. So I really want to thank you for this information. I personally have learned so much.
I'm glad.
Thank you for your time, and I hope you guys have learned something new as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Bye.